The 10th exercise is to gladden the mind. Mental formation. To give strength, to give joy, to give vitality to the mind. And this is equivalent to the practice of right diligence. And it consists of 4 steps. Right diligence. Tinh tấn. The first step the first aspect of the practice is not to give opportunities to the negative grains, the negative seed to come up. The seed of fear, anger, despair, jealousy, violence that are in us. We should not give them too much chance to come up. We organize a kind of environment where these seeds are not watered every day. Because when we watch television, when we read magazines, books, films, when we have conversation, well, the TV program, magazine, the conversation might touch off the worst in us: despair, fear, anger. And that is why in the 5 mindfulness trainings we have the 5th one about mindful consumption. We should know how to consume that will not feed the seed of anger, fear, craving, despair in us. There is much violence, anger, fear in what we consume. That is why we have to consume with mindfulness to protect ourselves, our children, and our family, our society. Mindful consumption is the way. Even when we have a conversation, what the other person say might be full of anger, hate, despair. And if we sit and listen for 1 hour like that, the seed of anger, despair, violence in us will be watered. It's not good for us, for our health. That is why we refrain from listening and talking about the things that can help increase the negative elements in us. And if we live in an environment that is not good, where the collective energy is so negative, people have a lot of violence, fear, anger, discrimination. And if we allowed ourselves and our children to live in such an environment, we will be infected by it. And down there, in the bottom of our consciousness, these seeds, the negative seeds, will continue to grow. Even if we don't want it, we have to try, we have to make an effort to move out and settle in a better environment where the bad seeds in us will not be watered every day. And when we are in a relationship, we can sign a love treaty, a peace treaty with the other person. My dear one, I know that there are negative seeds in me, the seed of fear, jealousy, despair, anger in me. If you really care for me, don't water these seeds in me. If you do, I will suffer, and you will have to suffer too. So please, darling, if you really love me and care for me, refrain from watering the negative seeds in me. I promise not to water these seeds in you, because you do have these seeds also. I promise that I will not water the negative seeds in me by myself. And I ask you to do the same, not to water the negative seeds in me. And I promise not to water the negatives in you, and you promise not to water the negative seed in yourself. So in a good relationship, that must be a kind of agreement that you have to make. So that is the first aspect of the practice, not watering the negative seeds in each other. Do not give them a chance to pop up on the level of mind consciousness. Keep them down there if you can. If they have no chance to come up, they will not grow. And if they have a lot of chances to manifest up on the level of mind consciousness, and then at the base they continue to grow. This is what recommended by the Buddha. The second aspect of the practice is if by chance a bad seed has manifested up as a mental formation, try your best to help it to go down as quickly as possible. And we have all already learned the art of embracing the painful, the affliction that manifests with the energy of mindfulness and concentration and insight. We do not try to suppress, but we recognize and embrace. And after some time embracing, they will, being embraced, they will go down there and lose some of its strength. And the second way is to invite another seed of the opposite nature to come up. There are many good seeds down there. We can invite them up in order to change the landscape of mind consciousness. When you listen to a piece of music in a CD, and if you don't like, why do you allow it to continue? You can push a button to stop and change the CD and have the kind of music you like. This is very much the same. You have many good CDs down there. You have the seed of love, of compassion, of joy, of mindfulness. Play that CD. So this practice is changing the CD. And if the other person is caught in her mood, in her mental formation, you should help him. Darling, stop playing that CD. But another one, you can always help him or her to change the CD. So that is the second aspect of the practice recommended by the Buddha. If a negative mental formation manifests, ask a good one to come and replace. And that can be done joyfully. And the third aspect of the practice of diligence is that the good seeds in you or in her. Give them plenty of chance for them to come up. We learn the art of flower watering. We always water the good seeds in us and in the other person. And this practice can bring the result very quickly. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes can transform a person. Because there are good things in him, in her. And if you remind him, remind her, if you say something and do something in order to touch the good things in that person, she become a happy person right away. She could release what is not joyful and happy in her. I remember that day I gave a talk. That is the day of the anniversary of the birth of the Buddha in Plum Village. And many people came from the city of Bordeaux. There was a couple. From Bordeaux, you drive 1 hour to Plum Village. And I was giving a talk about flower watering the good seeds. And I noticed that the presence of a lady who sit in the audience, and she cried from the beginning of the talk to the end. I knew the couple. I know the couple. So after the talk, I went to him and I said, "Dear friend, it seems that your flower needs some watering." He understood right away. Many of us know the practice, but do not practice. They need a friend in the Dharma. They need a Sangha to remind them of the practice. So after lunch, they drove home, and during the time driving home, he practiced watering the seed, the good seed in her. And when they arrived, they were so joyful, and the children were very surprised. She has so many qualities in her. He just talk about these qualities, and then he will become another person. It's very quick. In Plum Village, we call it the practice of selective watering. You don't water the negative seed. You only water the good seeds. And it works very quickly. Please believe me. It works very quickly. And we have to remember to water the good seeds in us and in the other person. We have to profit, to make good use of the good seeds in us. And when they have manifested up on the level of mind consciousness, down there, they continue to grow stronger and stronger. That is called Ashraya Paravritti. It means transformation at the base. On the level of seeds. So if in a relationship, both of you know the practice of selective watering, you can bring a lot of joy in your relationship. The fourth aspect of the practice is if the good seed has manifested, keep it as long as you can up there. It's like when you have a loving friend visiting you, you want to keep him or her as long as You could, because her presence, his presence bring a lot of joy to you. So this is the same. When a good thing manifests, we try to keep them, to maintain that presence for a long time. And if we keep the good things as long as possible up there on the level of mind consciousness, and down there, the good seeds continue to grow. This is the teaching of the Buddha on right diligence, right efforts, one of the 8 factors of Noble Path, Eightfold Noble Path. And that is the object of the 10th exercise of mindful breathing.